You mentioned overwhelming force. Can you explain that a little bit more? And can you also give us your thoughts on how do you think the U.S. is handling the war on terror and the war in the Middle East?
Yeah, you really asked two great questions there, and I think all Americans and all of our military are looking into that. I think the war right now in Libya is being poorly managed, and when we talk about the use of overwhelming force, war college teachings and the military doctrine today is that we never commit our forces into combat unless it's obviously an issue of serious national security. But once we do, we want to go in and we want to win quickly with minimal casualties, minimal harm to our troops, and get them out as fast as possible. And the best way to do that is to go in with a force package that we will design and construct after we have carefully analyzed the enemy threat, what's their capabilities, tendencies, weaknesses, strengths, and then we put together a full joint integrated operational package that combines all forces and all assets into theater, that brings to bear a force package that the enemy simply cannot stand up against. And you have a very quick victory. What you want to do is achieve well-defined, clearly designed military objectives, and then you want an exit strategy that will then preserve the peace, allow you to get the troops out, and still maintain what you've been gaining.
So kind of like a shock and awe type of tactic.
Yes, the idea being, again, with shock and awe, that was one term that we use, but the idea is you want to minimize damage to the environment and to civilians and even to the enemy. You want to quickly attrit their capability to conduct warfare and eliminate that as a threat. And the best way to do that is to not have a prolonged engagement. It's to go in and quickly take away their capabilities, eliminate them, mentally defeat them, morally defeat them, and militarily defeat them. And then get a surrender, secure that victory, and get the force out and get the troops out with minimal casualties and fatalities on all sides.
And then quickly, so how do you think President Obama and his administration is handling the war on terror in the Middle East?
Yeah, I think that's a great point. And what I'm not seeing, and it's not that I'm privy to it, I no longer have security clearance, but I'm not seeing clearly defined military objectives in Libya. I'm not seeing what we would think of as a vision or in-state outcome. What do we want this to look like when it's over? And I'm certainly not seeing overwhelming force because we're not bringing to bear all assets of national power as we should do. The other thing is that it looks like in many facets of this war that our troops are under foreign command, and that's proven in the past not to always be the best way for us to break up our unified effort and allocate certain pieces out into other countries' command structure. We like the idea to go in with a unified command of American forces that fights fully joint and brings to bear all capabilities in an integrated effort, and we're lacking that. And I have no idea what the exit strategy is going to be as well, or how they're going to preserve this victory when and if it's achieved.